it's Jennifer Mosky. This is my truck. It's also my YouTube channel. I've seen people do this, and I'm very easily influenced because I'm a woman, so I thought that I would try it. And I wanted to talk about my recent revelation and see if you've had this revelation, or if I'm late to the game, or if I'm clever as shit in realizing this before you. Nana, boo to you. So, what has recently come to my horror is that the government doesn't care about you. And I have said this a lot, right? Yeah, it's kind of my motto. Government doesn't care about you. My other motto is God cares about you more than the government does, even if God isn't real. So those are my feelings on it. But I have realized it in a new, more direct way. It goes like this. I really like murder shows, mysteries, or whatever. So much so that we created a whole channel dedicated to that. And I'll put it up in the thing. Anyway, I like watching these murder things. The last one that I watched was the most disturbing. So it's this guy who likes to kill women, like super a lot, just loves it. And he's pretty good at it, and he's a maniac. So he pretends that he's a photographer, and he carries around this stupid ass, this is in like 1978, he carries around this camera, and he stops women and says, oh, you're very pretty, I'm a photographer, I can make you a star. Do you want to be a star? Yeah, that'd be cool. So then he gets them in his car, and then he does bad things to them while he takes them to hotel rooms, and he beats them, and he super glues their eyeballs shut, and he does this thing with this electrical cord where he makes it into so he can electrocute them. So he electrocutes different parts of their body, and then he rapes them, because that's normal. And he does all that shit, and then he kills them. And then he goes and he presses the repeat button really quickly. He doesn't wait months. He waits like 10 hours. Okay? So the more I'm watching this guy, the more I'm like, oh my God, I hate him. Ooh, I hate him. And it makes me feel really sinful. I want to do very sinful things to him. Very sinful things. And eventually, pretty quickly, the FBI gets involved in capturing dickhead. Okay? And they do. And there's people in the FBI that really care. They really want this guy to be caught. Why? Because there are normal people in all sorts of organizations. There's normal people everywhere. But the FBI is a government, what is it? A government entity, a government sect created by the government. Now, if the government, okay. If the government didn't pretend to care about you and this guy who was electrocuting, raping, and gluing women, if they didn't put some resources to finding and killing and prosecuting these people, we would know that they don't care. Like, it's pretty blatant, right? It's pretty blatant that they don't care. And if we knew that they didn't care, then would we be begging them to take more of our money, to create more institutions that care about us, to take over our healthcare, to listen to their evangelical authorities on things? Would we beg them to control us? No. All they have to do is pretend they care. Do you really, really honestly think that the most powerful people who have went through, you guys probably don't think like I do. Okay. What's your goal? Let's say that you have a monetary goal. You want to be able to pay your bills and have X amount extra to be able to have retirement, or go on a trip, or do the things you want to do, or buy really great prostitutes, or whatever it is. You have this goal. Many people do. But some people have a goal of becoming a millionaire, and then like, holy shit, I didn't know that I could do it. I did it. Now I'm going to go for 10 million. Oh my God, did it. 50, 100 million. $1 billion. Okay, so now you start to imagine you're this person. You start to amass two things: money, which can buy anything except for happiness and decency, and self-esteem. And a self-esteem that no one can educate you for. No one can say. So if you become someone that has $100 billion, you might feel these emotions. No, there's no one to school us because it's such an elite fraction of people. So there's no moral counseling. There is a group, okay? There is a culture. So when someone becomes very, very important, what are they invited to? Like the World Economic Forum. That's important. You have very, very elite people there. Now, if the elite people are good and they bring people in to teach about the morals and to how to have scruples and how to really care and do the best with their money, then they would invite these people to teach that. Do you think that that's what they're doing? Do you think that the culture of the most influential and powerful people are a group of people who talk about how to philosophically be really great people? Or do you think that after meeting all these goals and receiving all this power slowly and earning it, they start to go fucking mad? Because humans are not meant to have godlike power. And once the eccentricness of being a billionaire and being elite and being powerful takes a hold of the human spirit and mind, what are they going to do? I would say really their experiment. How powerful can I be? Like, where does my power stop? How godlike am I? What can I do? How can I control? So it is my thinking that the people who control us, a lot of like old friends think I'm just absolutely whack-a-mole. And you might too. You might think I'm whack-a-mole for thinking that there is under 50 people in the world who control everything, maybe even under 10. So, that these people are crazy and that they care about you. If they wanted you to continue to trust them and love them and have blind faith and ask for more guidance from them and give them more love and more trust and more respect and more reverence, are they going to just totally blatantly fuck you? Or are they going to fuck you while making you think that you're being loved and taken care of? I would say B. That they would do the things that would make you think that they love you and take care of you. And that's why they have the FBI and they stop serial killers. Because really, honestly, who gives a shit what Charles Manson did? Who cares that there are serial killers killing under 100 people in really horrible ways? And if we do care, there's a cognitive dissonance because we worship certain presidents. If you're a Democrat, you worship your Democratic president. If you're a Republican, you worship your Republican president, who are all responsible for killing a lot more people than Manson. So there is a cognitive dissonance where we hate and distrust our neighbor, and we love and trust someone else's neighbor. Someone lives next to politicians. Someone else's neighbor is elevated into this source of power. That's what I've been thinking about in the past 24 hours. And that's what occurred to me. I'm like, holy shit, they only did the FBI and stuff like that, so we think that our tax money is going towards noble and moral things instead of actually like letting them become eccentric, powerful, crazy, sociopathic people, and those funds go towards helping Jeffrey Epstein or something like that. This doesn't have anything to do with women. It just has to do with your mind, and how they control it, and how your mind, even if you're a man, is kind of the fucking same as mine. Kind of the same. Yeah, we talk about the differences. Men and women are different. I get on that train. I believe that. But also, we're all pretty susceptible to the programming. So there's a lot of people who are programmed who trust and love the government. It's fascinating to me, and I believe it's fascinating to the people who don't think that the government really loves us. That's it. That's called a tangent. 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 Do you have a tangent? If you do, put it in the comments section. I can't wait to talk to you again. It's just amazing. For those of you who emailed me because I offered up my ear and advice, because I was offered up ear and advice recently that I very much needed from a stranger who I follow on Twitter, and it helped me. So I'm like, oh, if one person helps me, how many people can I help? You know, get the train going of love and decency together as a community without the government. That's it. Thank you. Okay, bye.